Hello, welcome back to Let's Play Pillars of Eternity, and I was stupid and let this run down to no video, so I'm recording this really late in the day on the day that Pillars of Eternity is supposed to release. I'll probably just do two videos this set, since I'm not feeling very well. You may have heard me snuffle there for a little bit. Um,
Certainly.
I am going to go downstairs because I think that's where the dungeons are, and I want to see what the dungeons look like. And I believe we just got called to court regarding. Give me a moment regarding the matter of who has the rights to this castle, this keep, or whatever it is that you want to call it. And I may. Hello. Who are you? You're a jailer.
Gods keep you.
You're to maintain the cells for you. Should you take any prisoners in your travels, I'll make sure they're attended to you as you see fit. I want them flogged regularly. I would like you to release a prisoner. Oh, who's the lucky one today? I don't have anything at the moment. Okay, let's see who do we want to have. Let's release him. No.
Hail and well met.
Okay. Okay, let's see. Can we talk to the prisoners? This isn't so bad, really. Fewer trolls, anyway. Wait, did I release the wrong person? Oh! Where's the other guy? Feeling proud, are we? Leave me alone. I would like to have you flogged repeatedly. Okay. Wait. 11. How much health did the druid have? I'm a little bit thinking kind of slow at the moment because of the medication. On the plus side, and I'm going to say this in a couple of different videos, I think, my test copies for the Demon Next Door book came, and they look very nice. I've seen both the standard color and the premium color now. I mean, if you have to look up, you have to look fairly close to see the difference. You don't really. The premium color is a lot shinier and a lot less grainy. It stands out, but you have to look close to see why it stands out. It's very nice. Let's see. Any structures that we're building? 3 days. Okay. Okay. Do we have... What are the rest capabilities? Survival, perception, athletics, and constitution. I think I'm going to get the towers bonus. I actually want the intellect bonus, but or resolve bonus. But we just don't have that capability. Because if I could get the intellect bonus or the resolve bonus, I think it will help me in this court case coming up. I could be very, very cheap here. I could be very cheap. I could wait for the oh, good, the numbers are moving again. Okay, I could wait for the wall to finish building and then build the thing that would give me the intellect bonus, and then take the intellect bonus rest, and then go talk to the court. I think I might do that. 3 days, 16 hours. Lore bonus. Where's the intellect bonus? It's the forum. Okay. And rather than wait, what I really mean by wait is go world travel. Oh, 111. That's different. I will keep this, I think. We will go to Copper Lane. I think I need to go to First Fires. There is that catacomb down there. I could be very, very cheap. I might be very, very cheap. I am sitting here touching my chin in a vaguely sinister fashion. I don't have a beard that I can stroke like a goatee or anything, but this could be very, very. I could do this. This could be very silly. It could also very much risk having my game crash because this game doesn't like loading. And it could involve you looking at loading screens a lot on this game. Now, we were in those catacombs. See, now, what I'm talking about here is now finished in 2 days and 20 hours. Okay. So if I do this again, or if I go to here, 1 day, 18 hours, 15 minutes. I'm not going to try for a bounty. I don't think I'm high enough level yet. I got mega stomped when I tried. I'm going to wait a little while before I try those bounties. But I am going to be trying to move around the board a little bit. Eat up some time. Check in at some old places. You know how it goes. Rather boring. It's another load screen. Imagine that. Some creatures and armor types are especially. Oh, wow, that was rather quick. Hireling payday. And we have a supplicant has arrived seeking 850 CP or an escort. Ooh, we should go back just for that. How much time do we have on the completion? 1 day and 1 hour. It's probably not going to be 1 day, 1 hour here. 22 hours. A couple hours short. We could do a rest action. Let's go see about this supplicant. Larger shields can negatively impact a character's accuracy. And if you have a small shield and you're very, very good with it, it can be almost as effective as a large shield, as my younger brother proved back before his shoulders were crap. Sorry. Okay.
Better indeed.
What? I did not ignore the supplicant. Ah, how? That's that's not fair. That's really not fair. I was coming to talk to him. Oh, I bet that could have just taken an action. Urgh. West, curtain wall completed. West is over here. I think this is the west curtain wall. Anyway, now we are going to build again. And we are going to build a forum. It's finished in 2 days. And we are going to be seriously silly. What is this? Oh, no, we do not want to retrain characters. Rest. You wake to see Durance, his staff held in both his hands before him. A flame flickers at its top end, casting long shadows across his face, as he stares in contemplation. Still, for all the light of the fire, your eyes can't focus on him. Perhaps it is awakening from sleep or a trick of the light, but he seems indistinct, blurred around the edges. Everything except for the staff. The staff, he seems to be studying its engravings. As you watch, the engravings glow thinly red, like through the cracks of heat-suffused wood. The lines stream like molten metals, running down along the edges of his staff, then branch out in an intricate series of fiery veins, bunching thickly. I can't even read right now, where his hands clutch the wood, pulsing as if in a heartbeat. As you watch, the veins spiral into a dozen separate circles that spiral again until they are arranged in a circle of their own. They pulse, wait, and all is strangely silent, and then suddenly there is a great light from the fire, a rushing of air, a great flash, and you awaken again to see Durance in the same place, still holding his staff, but he is solid, real. He doesn't seem to have noticed you or reacted to what to have occurred. You discuss your vision with Durance. I could talk to him. Oh, we gained experience because I had a dream. I thought I felt your eyes upon me. Now come the words. I have questions I wanted to ask you.
If doubts and curiosity plague you, you're skinning your knuckles on the wrong door.
I saw something strange. You were sitting by the fire, and I saw a great light from your staff.
Tell me what you saw.
It was a flash, like an explosion, a rushing of air, incredibly bright.
It is the light of the Godhammer you saw.
Ooh, the Godhammer.
It was a weapon of Deerwood's people, a symbol of their independence. It saved the Deerwood.
What do you know about it?
It brought the Saints' war to an end, knocked a god from his perch. There are few that would deny Aothis overstepped. The Godhammer reminded Aothis of it.
Really?
You saw its light because I helped shape it, give it life, and release it into the world. Once seen, its glory is almost too bright to be believed, and too bright to be forgotten.
You helped build the Godhammer.
There were 12 of us. We fashioned the weapon, drafted plans for it, prayed for guidance at Ashfall, and it came to me there. Each of us were given a staff made from the forest of black trees around us, glowing with embers and fire far greater than this branch you see now. It felt as if the staff was Margaret's own finger, guiding my hand.
Why 12
guiding
of you?
the other 11, the shadows of the 12 who had come to stand on the bridge to stop Aothis.
Wait. The dozen. And also, why does Megran have 12 fingers? I also saw a dozen bright circles emerging from your staff as well.
Even in that stand, there was a ritual to it. For the 12 that stood on the bridge, there were a dozen shadows cast, a dozen faithful of Margaret, her fiercest supporters and shapers of the Godhammer.
Durance rests the staff in front of him, and the flame atop it curls for a moment. The light flaring slightly, it splits into a ring of flames, one after the other, until a dozen is
As 12 held Aothis fast, we 12 unleashed our prayers and let the Godhammer fall.
Then it blossoms brightly once and resumes its candle intensity. In the aftermath, the shadow seems sharper in the vicinity, as if they have edges, and you blink to clear your vision. Durance is still staring at the tiny candle-like flame in
Shadows cast by the fire of the Godhammer, perhaps. And we shared their fate as well in time. Now the spine of the deerwood is marked by the Godhammer, marked by Margaret.
What do you mean shared their
Not
fates?
all deaths come with stilled breath and stilled heart, or other stilled passions beneath the waste. Some deaths come from silence.
Huh.
The connection we once shared with Margaret, after the light of the Godhammer, it was not the same. It was as if we'd lost our senses, and sense of purpose as well. Instead of victory being welcomed, there was silence, within and without. Not many can claim to have killed a god. It is less a heroic tale than you would think. And such a death, it changed our faith. All faiths, I expect. Doubt followed, and the world changed. I do not believe Margaret was pleased by what we had done. The world is
Why
broken.
is that?
The wheel stilled. There is sickness in the world's heart. Perhaps the price of crossing a god. Crossing two gods. Even as Margaret shaped our hands, perhaps we carried her will farther than was allowed. Just as Widewind did. Saint Widewind. Mortal arrogance to match mortal arrogance.
Oh, so you're saying that you, the Chosen of Magron, overstepped yourself like the Chosen of Aothis overstepped himself. This is sounding rather like the punishment of Moses.
Yet if the world had changed, then I sought to change with it. If I had forgotten some of Margaret's teachings, I would find them again. I would make her see me again.
What did you do?
I remembered Margaret's teachings, how reminders on the flesh were more important than the death of a vessel. And I wondered if killing Aothis, if that had simply set him free. Had it allowed him to escape his punishment and be taken on the wheel? Like a mortal?
Huh.
As I stepped from the now blessed Godhammer Bridge, I thought of Ashfall. I thought of the War of Black Trees, wondered if I needed to be burned to find myself again. That is Margaret at her heart. At least that is my hope. These are the doubts that befall me.
Well, you've been burned several times since I've met you.
The road to Ashfall is long.
It's one of the
Gives
most
one
common
time to
injuries you
think.
get.
And if you think long enough, you do not go home. I left without telling anyone, with only the robes I wore at Halgot, my staff, and my name, which is long buried.
Okay.
Of my fellow 11 craftsmen, disciples, I know not what happened to them, if they suffered the same doubt as I did. But it was underserved. It was wrong. We had done all that, or had asked. Grab victory from defeat and
You feel as if your God has betrayed you?
there is something about being used and cast aside. Perhaps Widewind himself felt it. There at the end, when the hammer struck. To be the proof that your God is hollow as the vessel it inhabits.
That is kind of...
I tried to find purpose, and avoided all contact with other Magranic priests. Did not seek the walls of Ashfall, and sought to make amends to my God through actions.
I'm really surprised Ader hasn't been interrupting this. I guess this is a private moment, but Ader's a Aothis worshiper.
I joined with the Purges for a time, and not long after came the first signs of the Hollowborn. So many crimes, trespasses, violations. The Salvation. Adamances were another sickness born of the Saints' War. A relapse of innovation, of desperation to heal what we had caused. All seemed worse than before the bridge, not better. And as years passed, the world became even worse still for the victory.
Maybe the purges weren't what Magron wanted either. Sweat collects the sooty creases of his forehead and runs down his ruddy cheeks. It drips from the tips of his nose. His mouth moves, but his utterance make no sound. He is for once at a loss. Feeling your gaze, he quickly composes himself, wiping his forehead with the back of a dirty hand.
Worship the whims of some fickle bitch, and you'll never be more than dirt beneath her feet. Worship what she worships, on the other hand. Take her fire for your own, and her esteem comes on its own. Of course, by that time you no longer need it. Trial and transformation, sure as Durance taught.
Durance glares at you, staring into his eyes, gives you the feeling of peering over the edge of a great cliff.
You think to put the coals to my feet, but what's burned once will never burn again. These talks are your trial, Watcher. You cannot deflect the truth to one who has already been purified by it.
Tell you what happened on the bridge. We chose the bridge because we could control it. Durance's hands tightened as the top of the staff, as if holding it by the neck. It was a place where we could choke Aothas in his own footsteps, where we knew his feet would fall, a narrow neck of stone. But it was more than that. It was the spine of deerwood, symbolic of its backbone. Such symbols are important in construction of a weapon. Durance studies the staff, his eyes traveling along the etchings. Any weapon. I suspect Aothas knew that as well, and so did his vessel, in its arrogance. His hand tightens on the staff. He intended to walk upon the bridge as if walking on the backs of the deerwood, and we intended to burn him with the light of our faith and his. 12 on the bridge, 12 in the shadow, and gave ourselves to it.
We put much of ourselves into the Godhammer. Such a device is not simply a machine. There are elements of the spirit in it. Even Widewind's spirit.
Waidwin? Why?
We all studied Widewind. He was our enemy, and he had provided the flesh the god wore as a cloak. That flesh made him vulnerable. I knew what fields his hands had tilled, his family, what he had harvested, where he had been born. We sought to know him, what had led him to fight us.
Why was that important?
You don't kill the god. You kill the man it inhabits. And you leave that man a ruin. Burn him to ash. The weapon was meant to not only burn his flesh, but it would burn his soul. And it did. At the cost of our own, and at the cost of our goddess's favor. That whore be damned.
It sounds as if you fell victim to your own weapon.
Perhaps your eyes were blinded by the truth of the Godhammer, Watcher. I feel half a man at times, but even that is twice that of most others. If you fear for my spirit, your fears are baseless. The Godhammer, seeing its light, only fueled my anger and made me stronger, made me re-examine the teachings of Margaret, put them in a new light.
They looked as if there had only been part of you, as if your spirit had been sheared in half.
I do not need you to cast any more questions on me, Watcher. Nor did I ask you to look upon me without my leave. Get gone, and leave me be.
Well, okay. My timer would have gone off at some point during that. Actually, I think it would be going off right about now, but I canceled it. I am, let's see how many times. I don't have enough time. Don't have enough time. We only have, okay, don't have enough money. Okay, 1 day, 17 hours, so I'm going to start a new video. This one was mostly me walking back and forth to places and being cheap with the game. I'm going to continue doing that. Oh, and talking to Durance about Magron and the fact that he was one of the 12 people that killed a god. Wonder what he thinks of the dozens. Actually, I think he's already made commentary on the dozens, and he doesn't seem to like them very much. I wonder what the dozens would think to know that one of the dozens doesn't like the dozens. Anyway, oh, that sentence is horrible. Anyway, I'll see you next video.